Hello, dear students. Welcome back to the yet another session on financial management. Now we were discussing about the dividend relevance model. Under that, we were discussing about the Walters model. Today, let us discuss one more problem on the Walters model. Now, the problem is like this. Consider the following data: the rate of return, capitalization rate, and EPS they have given for three firm or for the three types of firm: growth firm, normal firm, and declining firm. As I've already explained earlier, Walter has made a division on the basis of rate of return and the cost of capital into three types. Okay, he classified business firms into three forms. So under growth firm, usually firm will be having a higher rate of return than that of its cost of capital. And in the case of growth firm, the dividend payout ratio would be zero and dividend retention ratio would be 100%. Similarly, in the case of normal firm, the return on investment would be equal to the cost of capital, and and the market price of the shares of the firm would be same for any given percentage of dividend payout ratio. Okay, so this is about the normal firm, and in the case of declining firm, usually the rate of return would be lesser than its cost of capital, and in that situation firms are advised to retain sorry firms are advised to give away whatever profits they are earning. That means in the case of declining firm, as per Walter is concerned, he advocated that declining firm must give away sorry yes Walter advocated that the declining firm must give away so whatever profit it earns. That means in the case of declining firm, the dividend payout ratio must be 100%. So this is about the um, Walters model, and the Walters model completely based upon these assumptions. Okay. Now here the problem has been given with the rate of return, capitalization rate, and earning per share, and along with that they have also given the data for three firms. Okay, we are supposed to calculate the market price by considering these three types of firms. Now here we are required to calculate market price of the shares of the firms if the payout ratio is 25%, 50%, and 75%. That means for the growth firm, we have to calculate a payout ratio 25, 50, and 75. For the normal firm also, we have to consider 25, 50, 75, and declining firm also, we have to calculate 25, 50, 75. That means we have to calculate the consequences of payout ratio for each of the firms. That means there are three firms. For all three firms, we have to consider different scenarios like 25%, 50%, and 75%. And the problem is also asking us to comment. Okay, let us see the discussion of problem. Now here, rate of return for the growth firm is 20%, for the normal firm is 15%, and that for the declining firm is 10%. Capitalization rate for the growth firm is 15%, and for the normal firm is 15%, and for the declining firm is 15%. EPS, nothing but earning per share, they have given. For the growth firm, it is rupees 4, for the normal firm 4, and declining firm is rupees 4. Payout ratio they have given 25%, 50%, and 75%. Okay, now let us consider one by one. First, you know the formula. Formula is, this formula will be same for all the three types of firms. That is, growth firm will also follow same formula, normal firm also will follow same formula, and declining firm also will follow same formula. So formula will be same, but what is required is that the calculation of dividend. Now here R is given, K is given, E is also given, D is not given in each of the cases. So that E must be calculated. See, R is rate of return 20%, cost of capital 15%. Okay. EPS rupees 4, earning per share rupees 4 for the growth firm, and for the normal firm rate of return is 15%, capitalization rate is 15%, and EPS is rupees 4 for normal firm. Similarly, for the declining firm also, rate of return is 10%, capitalization rate is 15%, and EPS is 4. So in each three cases, they have not given dividend. So dividend must be calculated. So the previous problems, you know how we calculate it. Okay. Same way we can calculate here. Payout ratio must be considered here. Okay. EPS into payout ratio. If we do that, we will be getting the dividend per share. Now here in the case of 25% payout ratio, the EPS same for all the three firms. EPS stands same, rupees 4 only. So 25% into 4 means we will be getting 1 rupee. When there is 25% payout ratio. When there is 50% payout ratio, 50% into 4 rupees, we will be getting 2. Then 75% payout ratio, 75% into rupees 4, we will be getting 3 rupees. So this will be the dividend per share. So how to calculate dividend per share when it is not given in the problem? Dividend payout ratio must be multiplied with the EPS, earning per share into dividend payout ratio. So 25% is 25, 50 is 50, 75 is 75. Illi EPS same agirtada ಮೂರು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ in all three cases EPS remained the same. Okay. Now let us proceed further. First we'll consider growth firm. Formula, you know, P is equal to D plus R into E minus D divided by K whole divided by K. Okay. Now here D is equal to dividend per share. So that is here rupee 1, and R is rate of return, that is 20%. It is there in the problem. 4 is the EPS and 1 is the dividend, and 0.15 is the cost of capital. So that is 15%. You can observe here. Okay. So if you do this calculation, so we'll be getting rupees 33.33. So this is for the firm when there is a return of market price of the firm when there is a 25% payout ratio. Now let us consider 50% payout ratio. Here only dividend will change, D will change. Okay, the rest of the things remain same. So if we do calculation, we'll be getting rupees 31.11. Again, when there is 75% payout ratio, again here D only will change. Okay, remaining things are remain same, or they remain constant. Okay, except the dividend. And if we do calculation, we'll be getting 28.89%. Now it is evident that whenever the dividend payout ratio increase, in the case of growth firm, the market price of the share will go on decreasing. So this is the conclusion here we can make. Now let us consider normal firm. So the assumption of Walter, it says that for the normal firm, at any given payout ratio, the market price will remain constant. That means there will be no changes at all. Your market price same ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೊಡಿ, ಪೇಔಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ, 100 ಮಾಡಿ, 150 ಮಾಡಿ, 200 ಮಾಡಿ, but that market price remains same. So this is about the assumption of market normal firm. Okay. Now here for the normal firm, so another assumption is that the cost of capital will be equivalent to rate of return. Cost of capital rate of return ಗೆ equal ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂತ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. So at given any given rate of dividend payout ratio. Okay. Now here the D again remains same, 1 rupee, 2 rupee and 3 rupee for all the each individual circumstances. Cost of capital and rate of return, so will be same, or that means will be equal. So R is 0.15 and K is also 0.15. So it equal, it is equal. So if you do this calculation, you will be getting 26.67%. So sorry, 26.67 rupees. So this is the market value of share or market price of the share. Similarly, when there is increase in dividend payout from 25 to 50%. Now in this situation, again, the dividend will increase. Okay, the dividend will increase from 1 to 2, but the cost of capital and rate of return remain same, and so is the market price of the shares also 26.67 rupees. Again, when the dividend payout ratio increased to 75 from 50, in that situation also the market price remains same 26.67. So hence it is proved that so according to Walter, it is proved that for the normal firm where the cost of capital is equivalent to cost of rate of return, so where the cost of capital is equivalent to rate of return, in that situation, so at any given dividend payout ratio will lead to the constant market price. That means there is no changes at all. Even if you increase dividend payout ratio to 100%, the market price will remain same. Now let us consider declining firm. In the case of declining firm, so again here dividend remains same 1 to 3 as previously we calculated. Okay, 1 rupee, 2 rupee and 3 rupee per share. So that will remain same. But here the rate of return, cost of capital remains same, but the rate of return will change. Here you can observe the rate of return for the declining firm is 10%. So basic assumption itself says that in order to identify declining firm, the rate of return must be lesser than the cost of capital. In that situation, we can call it as declining firm. If the rate of return is greater than the cost of capital, in that situation, we have to call it as growth firm. Okay, and the cost of capital is equivalent to rate of return means it is normal firm. But for all the three firms, we have to use same formula. Now again, here the rate of return remains same for all three different payout ratios, but the cost of capital also remains same. Okay, the only changes we find in dividend. See, in the case of 25% payout, dividend is 1 rupee per share. In the case of 50% payout, dividend is 2 rupee per share. And in the case of 75% payout, dividend is 3 rupee per share. Now, if we do all the calculations, we'll be getting rupees 20 as market price of the share when there is 25% dividend payout. And in the second circumstances, that is when the payout ratio is 50%, we'll get 22.22%. And when there is 75% payout, we'll get 24.44% as market price. Now it is clear that whenever a firm increases, a declining firm, especially a declining firm increases its payout ratio, that will have an impact over the market price. So increase in payout ratio results in increase in market value of shares or market price of shares. But in the case of growth firm, increase in payout ratio will result in decrease in market price. In the case of normal firm, any increase in or decrease in payout ratio won't be having effect on market price of the shares. But in the case of declining firm, increase in dividend payout ratio will have an impact over the positive impact over the market price. So this is about the comments over the problem. Now let us move towards another problem. Now let us consider another problem. problem is like this: earning per share rupees 10, internal rate of return 15%, capitalization rate of its risk class 12.5%. If Walters model is used, what should be the optimum payout ratio of the firm? What would be the price of the share at this payout ratio? How shall the price of the share be affected if 20% payout was employed? Okay. Now we have to solve problem under each three circumstances. Now they have asked us to calculate the optimum payout ratio of the firm. So optimum payout ratio must be that payout ratio where the market price of the share is high. Now here, first what we have to do is we have to see whether this is the growth firm, normal firm, or a declining firm. See, internal rate is given, that is 15%. Capitalization, that is cost of capital, is given 12.5%. That means, of course, it's a growth firm. Okay. So in the case of growth firm, the dividend payout ratio would be 0. So this is the first situation. And again, they have asked us to, what in the case of second question, you just observe what would be the price of the share at this payout ratio. Okay. Then they have also asked us to calculate market price of company share when there is 20% payout ratio is employed. Okay. Now first, since it is a growth firm, first we'll start with the zero payout ratio. Now formula, you know, P is equal to D plus R E into E minus D divided by K whole divided by K. Now here, as it is a growth firm, we have to use zero dividend payout. Okay, so D will be 0 here. Cost of capital, that you know, so that is 10%, 0.1, and cost of rate of return 0.15. Okay, EPS given in the problem, ten. So EPS is 10. EPS is 10. So kindly make some corrections here. Okay, EPS is 10, not 12. 10, and do calculations. Just observe how much the market price that you are going to get here. Then dividend per share. So here 20% they have given affected if for 20% payout was employed. Okay. So dividend per share, again EPS, earning per share is 10. So 10 into 20% means how much you'll get. So 2 rupees you should get as a dividend per share. But I think that here they have considered a different figure, 40% dividend payout they have considered. So 40% into 10 they have made. Okay, kindly make some corrections here also. So it is 160 rupees. So that is the market price. So you just apply same formula for these figures. Okay, so there is a mistake in this book. Okay, they have made some wrong solutions here. Okay, kindly make incorporate changes. So instead of 12, you should take 10. E means earning per share, right? Now here earning per share is 10 only. So that you have to incorporate. Okay, 10. And here instead of 40%, you should take 20%. 20% of rupees 10. 10 is the EPS. Okay. So and you have to do calculation. Okay, we'll consider another problem. The following data relate to 3 sugar companies. Using Walters model, calculate the market price of their shares. Now here, there are 3 sugar companies and we have to apply Walters model. Earning per share they have given 10, 5 and 30. Rate of return on investment they have given 35, 32, and 45. Dividend payout ratio, they have given 4%, 20%, 5%. Cost of capital also they have given 9%, 9%, and 9%. Now here by looking at the return on investment and cost of capital of the all three firms, we can conclude that all three firms are growth firms. Okay, but anyhow, they have also given the dividend payout ratio and EPS. Okay, they have given, since they have dividend payout ratio here, we have to calculate dividend per share, and dividend per share easily we can calculate by multiplying this dividend payout ratio with the earning per share. Okay, let us go for the solution. Bajaj Hindustan dividend per share will be calculated by multiplying EPS with the payout ratio. So 10 is the EPS and payout ratio is 4%. So we'll be getting 0.40 as a dividend per share. And return on investment is 35%, that means 0.35. Cost of capital 9% means 0.09. Now, E is nothing but earning per share. Here they have given 10 rupees. All the information we have now, simply we have to do the calculation, and we'll be getting rupees 419.25 as the market price. Then we have to calculate for Balrampur Chini. Now here dividend per share easily can be calculated by multiplying EPS with the dividend payout ratio. Dividend payout ratio here is 20% and EPS is 5 rupees. Now we'll be getting dividend of rupees 1 per share. And cost of capital is cost of capital is 9%, that means 0.09, and return on investment is 32%. So rest of all the information we have now to fit into the formula. If we do calculation, we'll be getting rupees 169.14 as market price. Then third company is KCP Sugar. Now we know the formula. Before that, we have to calculate first. We have to calculate dividend per share. So here the EPS is given, that is rupees 30, and the dividend payout ratio is 5%. If we multiply these two, we'll be getting dividend per share, that is rupee 1 rupee 50 paise. And here the return on investment is 30. Return on investment is 45%. Okay. EPS is 30, and cost of capital is 9%. So all the information we have, if we do the calculations, we'll be getting rupees 1,600. So this is about the solution of this problem. We'll see some of the other problems in the next session. Thank you.